Hey besties, let's throw some shade, honey. You ready to get into it? Did y'all notice Christian's lips in the first scene? Did he have a Slurpee before he was filming? Because that bottom lip was red. It was redder than the Jen's lip gloss, the ladies' lip gloss. Just something I noticed. We're going to try Basketball Wives. It's not a new season. I think it's the second part of the 11th season. I can't believe this show is still on. But let's go ahead and review it, besties. Why not? Okay, so we are at season 11, episode 16, Uninvited Guest, Unintended Consequences. This is a very long title for an episode, and I don't like it. But anyway, the episode starts with Brooke and Brandy. They meet for drinks. They're having a great conversation about Brooke's healing journey because we know she lost her daughter. So Brooke looks good and she gives it all. She gives the thanks to therapy, working out, and giving herself pleasure. Her and her family will be celebrating Kayla's 27th birthday, and they're going to meet at a tattoo shop. And only a few of them are going to get tattoos. I think her and her son. Brandy, she tells Brandy that her son may have a baby, but he has legal issues and he's very standoffish. So she's not even sure. He won't confirm, strange relationship, maybe a little mental illness, maybe just whoa, right? Okay. So Jen and Christian go look at wedding invitations, honey, because they're trying to get married in La Party. And so she wants the wow factor. Of course, Jen is materialistic. She wants the best. She desires the best. She's bougie. She's all the things. So the lady asks, for the guest count. And he says, no more than 75. And she was like, no more than 100. And so he had to remind her to keep it small and intimate. And so she's like, mm-hmm. And so she's in her confessional says, I have to get him on my page. And it's like, girl, do he have the money for your page? Because your page is expensive. You not paying attention. Red flag. So then they ended up calling his mom on FaceTime, and she was on Jen's side. And so Jen won that fight. So he was like, okay, sure, fine. Okay, mom, because he respects his mom. So Evelyn and Brooke meet up at a dog park. Brooke is holding her little cute poodle because she's like, oh, all these big dogs in here, they're not going to be messing with my little baby. I think the dog's name is Suki. So they gonna let Evelyn's big dog. He's doing all the mingling, all the dogs following him, and she called him ghetto. Like I don't want my dog to be the ghetto dog. So Brooke asked Evelyn if she got invited to Brandy's cooking experience. And so Evelyn asked, yeah, I got it, but was Jackie invited? So Brandy was like, she didn't. So Brooke said, Brandy didn't give a clear answer. Or maybe that was Evelyn that said that. So anyway, Brandy did not answer neither one of them probably. So Brooke is assuming that Jackie will not be there, will not be invited based off of her being in the trenches with her. And Evelyn hopes she did not invite the ops. And so they just don't want to be around her. And so they're going to go to the dining experience. So Evelyn tells Brooke that she's investigating Jackie. And she didn't want to say anything just yet. She wants to meet up with the PI again and just go over everything. And so Brooke tells Evelyn that her son has a baby girl, she thinks, and he's not forthcoming with the info. And so she asked Evelyn, can you investigate that for me? And so Evelyn's like, yeah. So this is about to be Evelyn's new job. Like she's about to get into this. Kind of reminds me of Kim Kardashian trying to be a lawyer. So okay, next scene we got Jocelyn. She comes over to Evelyn's house because baby Leo's hair is locking up and they trying to get it to unlock. So she has her hair care line and she got all the detangling conditioner on it. She's trying to comb through it. And Leo is over there trying to keep his pain inside. And so Brandy's book is selling very well. She now she's at her office and she tells her assistant that she wants to work on seasonings next. Brooke and her family meets at the tattoo shop and they're still not sure about this granddaughter. She's talking to it with her mom and her brother and his wife. And so she got Kayla's birth year on her neck real small. I think it said 1970, so 1997. And so then they did a balloon release. They had purple heart balloons and they released it out the window of the tattoo shop because it was like in an upstairs suite. And that kind of made me cry. Did you guys cry? A little tearjerker moment. Oh, R.I.P. Kayla and happy heavenly birthday, Kayla. So Evelyn and Cheyenne meet for coffee. Now, Cheyenne is Jackie's friend. Now, wait a minute. We met Cheyenne last week, huh? I was on vacation, besties, so I was not able to get that. Wait, did we? Yeah. I didn't I just watched the episode, but I didn't make notes. I was coming back from vacation. So I'm just jumping in now. We're gonna move forward. Okay. Okay. So Cheyenne is Jackie's friend, and they met in the basketball world. So Evelyn wants to talk to her just to kind of know what she knows about Jackie, and did she know that Jackie was a woman of the night? So Jackie, she says, Jackie is not open about her personal life. She's messy and she's a liar, but she don't. Her being open hasn't served her well in her past, so she just doesn't open up, and she just has all these deep rooted issues, deep rooted trust issues. So they both have been engaged 4 times, Cheyenne and Evelyn. So they like finding their, oh girl, they high fived and all that. They're clicking, they're clicking and they may start a friendship. So Cheyenne says she dates younger because her libido is very high and moist. Okay, we just met you 5 minutes ago. Okay, Cheyenne. Okay. But they want to build a friendship together. But Evelyn met up with her to get some kind of tea about Jackie. So Evelyn says, let's hope she doesn't try and cause a divide between us, because you never know. And it's like, she will. She ain't gonna like that you trying to be friends with her friends. She ain't gonna like that. Okay, so then we go over here to Jen and Christian. They have couples counseling because they don't see eye to eye. Yeah. So the question is, do you guys feel safe to share your vulnerabilities? He says he does, but he thinks Jen can go deeper. She thinks she is open, but so used to being so independent, maybe she needs to work on that. So they ask, do you volunteer your feelings or does he have to ask you? And she's like, not really. And somebody said bingo. I think it was the guy therapist. These therapists, they're married. So it was a married couple. So she says he doesn't tell me either. He says he has to process it first. He wants to work on that, work on his communication with her so it doesn't bleed into their marriage. So they all agree that this first session of counseling was a good one. They, able to get some things out onto the table. So moving on, Brandy goes shopping for her dinner event. Jackie left her a message to RSVP. Brandy wants her to apologize to Brooke, so that's why she's trying to bring them together, and that's why she's not telling nobody that Jackie's coming. She's trying to, be the peacemaker. Evelyn is at home. Eric, the PI, comes over and goes over everything about Jackie's investigation. So we learned Jackie was arrested back in 1987 for being a woman of the night, and she has been married 4 times. Doug is her fourth husband. Who knew? Who knew? And they've been married for what? Over 20 something years. Jackie has been probably getting married since she was 12. Because Jackie ain't that old. And she's in her 50s, right? She might be in her late 50s. And she's been with Doug for a long time. So it's like, girl, how did you have time to get married 3 times before him? So okay, so Brandy is at her venue. She's getting everything ready, gets things set up for the girls for the dinner. She has her cocktail, she got the flowers, they all have aprons, and she has her cookbook at everybody's setting, the table setting, everybody's seat. And so she points out Jackie's seat. So Evelyn looks at her because they're all there. Evelyn looks at her with a little concerned smile type of deal, like an uncomfortable smile. And Brooke is like, no, I'm not dealing with her. Brandy says, a family that cooks together stays together. Evelyn was like, no. And so Brooke, in her confession, says she wished she would have called Brandy to ask, if Jackie was coming, but she just didn't feel like she needed to ask. And now she's confused on how Cheyenne got on the list. Like, Brandy, what are you doing? Brandy wants them to talk because they used to be friends. Brooke says that's a reach. Evelyn tells Brandy she flipped in 6 days, having loyalty to her. Brandy says her loyalty is to Brooke. I rock with you, Brooke. That's what Brandy told her. But Jackie is in the mix. And that means like she's on the show. We have to include her. She is a basketball wife. Remember, she's our co-worker. She's a castmate. She has to come to stuff, y'all. Duh. So Brooke says she don't even have to be. She don't have to be. So I was like, what that mean? They trying to kick Jackie off the show? We need Jackie. She's perfect for mess. She is the mess of mess, the messiest of the mess. Okay, we can't get rid of Jackie. Can we? So Brandy says she hopes she didn't make a mistake. And Evelyn said, you did, boo-boo, you did. So then Jen arrives and Jocelyn arrives. And Jen wants to know why she got to sit next to... She's like, why I got to sit next to Jackie? And she asks, oh, Cheyenne is coming? Okay. So Brooke says she's been on a girls' trip with Cheyenne before, like 15 years ago. And Evelyn tells the girls that she had a coffee date with her. Evelyn told them how they connected. Brooke remembers Cheyenne from being a wild child. She said anybody that's a friend of Jackie's is a friend of none in her confessions. So Evelyn says she's a good time talking about Cheyenne. And they all said, oh, okay. So the Cheyenne arrives alone. And they're like, where's Jackie? And she's like, I don't know, girl. So Brandy hopes Jackie comes because that was the whole purpose of this dinner. So Cheyenne gets straight to the point, talking about her libido and how she don't need lube and she likes to be with the young guys. So Jen in her confessional is like, I think it's weird to be telling us that her snatch is so wet. Maybe you need to go see a doctor about that. And so pretty much Jackie is a no-show. So they all just go on about the evening. So Evelyn asks, does she like to get her bleep bleeped? Cheyenne says yes. And Evelyn says, me too. And so what do you guys think the bleep bleep meant? You guys, don't be too risque in the comments, but I'm thinking she's talking about getting her behind tasted. Can I say that? That's how I took that. Because what else are you talking about? Okay. So Cheyenne was like, y'all like to give or just receive? I'm in here like, I don't want to hear about this. Brooke says she likes to give. And Evelyn said her ex liked the full course. And everybody is laughing and looking. And to me, Jen and Brandy was looking confused or grossed out because maybe Jen, because Jennifer and Evelyn been friends forever. And I think maybe they kind of figured out who she was talking about, maybe. I don't know. Who y'all think she talking about? Her ex? Chad, Carl, or the football player, the basketball player? Who y'all think she talking about? So Jacille over there, now Jacille don't have a skin in the game because she over there looking like, what? Because you know she's a lesbian. So she said, what's that? And so they said, you get on like a dog. No, she asked, you get on like a dog? And Brooke is asking Evelyn, you was back there like this? And she doing her mouth movements and all that. So we do know what back there means. And so Brandy asked Evelyn, how much was you paid? And she said, a lot. So I'm against Carl because baseball players make heck of money. They make a lot of money. So Brooke is hollering and she's like, I want to go home. And I'm like, Brooke, I'm with you because this conversation, like, Cheyenne, dang, we just met you. No decorum. I like saying that word, decorum. No decorum, no class, just going in, huh? I think she figured out who it was. I think Brooke figured out who it was. So Giselle says she can't wait to see Tasha. She gonna be like, turn over, Tasha. So Brandy wants to get started cooking. Brandy wants to, and Brooke wants to be served. She ain't got time to be cooking, but you know Brandy knows that already. So they're in the kitchen, and Brooke found some fried chicken, child, and she's like, I gotta eat it. And you know, I gotta eat it, talking about it, and she gotta eat, you know, talking about all this. She's like, I gotta eat. And she said, I gotta eat before I cook. So she's eating a drumstick because Brandy already knew that these girls can't cook. So she had hired a chef. So he's back there cooking up all the food. So Brooke's all complaining like she want to wear gloves for her hands because she don't want her hands smelling like onions. And Jen got her nails done, just got her nails done, so she don't want to be opening up no cans and break her nails. So Cheyenne is the only one that looks like she know how to cook, know her way around the kitchen. Evelyn is trying to read the instructions. Not trying like she can't read, but she's reading the instructions like she don't kind of, you know, she want to game herself up on what to do. Jacille says Tasha does all the cooking, and she thanks God she only cooked maybe once a month. And so she tried to make some mac and cheese and it was nasty. Brandy tried it and had to almost want to spit it out. So Brandy talks about her book and her appreciation for them being there. Then mentions Jackie. And so she was saying, Jackie said she was going to be on her best behavior. And Evelyn says she thinks if she was there, the energy wouldn't be like it is now. Because they are all like laughing and having a good time. And so she tells them she's been digging things up about Jackie. And so she shows Jen her phone. And it says Jackie Marie Wilson. She was October the 20th, 1987. She was convicted of being a woman of the night, doing that kind of work. And she did 180 days in prison for intercourse. And so Jen want to know, well, what was she wearing? You know, Miss Fashionista was like, I wonder what she was wearing. And I'm like, fishnet stockings, a mini skirt, probably just a bra, a fur coat, some pumps. I mean, that's what I was thinking back in the 80s. And so Jacille said she's been through some stuff before too, but not that. Evelyn cries when she tells them when Jackie called her daughter a builder. Can I say the word? A builder, WHORE. And they all feel like they don't know her. Like they don't feel like they just don't know Jackie. And you know, Cheyenne, she is just sitting there, sucking it all up. Gonna go back and tell, because I think I saw the previews. She gonna be telling Jackie what they all said. So Jackie wasn't in this episode, and I didn't miss her, but we need her. You know, we need her. But it was nice to see people having a good time. Is Evelyn being low? Is reaching? Yeah, but hey, we got to keep the show going. So, besties, let me know, how did you enjoy this episode of Basketball Wives? I'm going to review it moving forward, so don't worry about that. I'm going to give this episode I don't know, a C, a B minus, a C. I'll give it a C. What do you grade this episode, besties? Let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment. Share the video if you would like. And I will see you on the next video. Bye, besties.